Hello, and welcome to the show at Wrestling with Entertainment, the only audio
Well,
experience
I'll say, look at that.
on the web today, interviewing all the.
Yeah, versus Tom versus showing up.
Alright? Previewing and reviewing the latest from WWE, AEW, New Japan, and everything in between every Saturday, interviewing all your favorite wrestlers every Saturday, Wednesday, and Tuesday on YouTube and Castbox, sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player on Coffee. I am, of course, your host, that guy, James J., alongside the leader of Squash Squad, Kaliko Yachts. And we already lost Kaliko.
I mean, only 18 more to go for my streak, but I feel like I'm getting somewhere.
Yeah, we're 3-0 right now.
What? How?
This is
No
your
way.
third episode back.
I'm here. Let me see.
Oh, and now we lost him. But who is returning the American Scooter Dust?
Somebody once told me the world was going to roll me, but happily, I turned out to be the sharpest tool in the shed.
And it was a great day for Wrestling with. As last week on the show, we interviewed Titan Troy, incredible guy from the FTC family. Great guy. Really hope him the best, and I think the future's bright for that guy as well. Speaking of bright futures, Aaron Williams, the new coach for the Hawks Wrestling Academy, taking over for Cody Hawk, and we talked that unsigned and don't care, and so much more in that interview. Highly recommended. Go into the archives to listen. Um, this upcoming Tuesday, we got Che Long. Um, Definitely one you want to catch. Then we have Shady Nitrous, a veteran in the UK, um, who has wrestled, who has competed for the Ring of Honor title, um, and has an impressive Funko Pop collection. And we talk all of that and much more. If you don't believe me, there's a little clip of those interviews now. I feel like you got a good one.
I feel the most recent one just comes to mind. It was after the ETWA show, and yeah, I was staying with a big group of people. I just remember we got there really late at night. It was like pitch black out, and the Airbnb was this little cabin, but it had this little swing set off in the distance. I get scared easily. I'm not gonna lie to you. I believe in ghosts and stuff like that. Like I don't mess with that type of stuff. We got there. I thought the swing set looked creepy as could be, and I could have swore that thing was just swinging on its own. It wasn't windy. Believe me, it wasn't. That thing was just going back and forth like it was nothing. And everyone else is cool with it, but like I don't. I don't go out into the woods and stuff like that either. Like we're in the middle of nowhere. I'm a city kid. So everyone's like, Che, you're just overreacting. Like, chill out a little bit. I'm like, no. If something happens, I'm blaming you guys. Oh man. Luckily nothing happened. I'm good, but
the kind of the one that was probably my first road trip with a big name was I wrestled Petey Williams in Middlesbrough, and he was wrestling on the International Showdown event on the Saturday in Coventry, which was about 3 hours drive away. But the promoter had said, "Look, if you can bring him down after the show, then you can come watch the show and just get free tickets," because it was a big event. So I drove. We had the match and everything went well, and we drove down and there was us, me, my brother, and Petey in my car, and 3 of my friends had Samoa Joe in their car because he had worked the same show and was going down to Coventry as well. So we had stopped in a service station at, it'll have been about 3 o'clock in the morning, and to be in there with my brother and my friends and Samoa Joe and Petey Williams was a bit bizarre. And then we got to the venue. They got to the hotel, and the next day, I got a phone call from the promoter, and he's like, "Oh, you've got your car, haven't you?" And I was like, "Yeah." It's like, "Oh, well, would you be able to give myself, CM Punk, and Christopher Daniels a lift to the gym?" So I went and picked them up, and we were driving around Coventry trying to find a gym and couldn't find one. And then we stopped to ask directions, and the guy had fingers missing. And then Punk and Daniels thought that he should be sounding like a pirate, so they were doing pirate impressions. And it was just like, I've no idea what's going on. I'm driving around the city, I don't know. I've got these 2 in the back doing pirate impressions, and it was just like, what is going on? But it was it's one of the moments like
Alright, next week on the show, we got, well, I should say on the 20th, Dr. Cool, Jay Klang. On the 21st, Riley Rocket. The 27th, Jay George. 28th, Lilith and Alexander Crowley. And on the January 3rd, that is, our 4-year anniversary episode part 1 with the owner of CCW, DJ fucking Hyde. So, the future is very bright for wrestling with entertainment. I think we're done putting ourselves over, right, Scooter?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Alright, and that being said, it's a great day for wrestling because we are wrestling with a lot of news. I feel like this is the biggest story, and that would be that Sasha Banks will be at WrestleKingdom 17. Um, I don't have specifics, but New Japan did invite her to be a spectator. It's unclear if she will be featured on the show at all. But obviously they're trying to make a move on Sasa. No, Kaliko?
I wouldn't say a move, more so than the hey, come in our house. You can step on our couch. But it just we don't know what the contract situation is with her on the WWE side. So until we get that, I mean, be happy she's there. I don't think she would just fly all the way over there just to sit in the stands, but I mean, that's a hell of a haul just to be like, yeah, I'm gonna chill. When you could just watch it like I do at 4 in the morning on New Japan World. But it's a good get if they got it. I mean, that just lets you know that at least Triple H's WWE is more apt to playing with others than Vince's WWE, which we already knew that. But just kind of confirms it with their biggest star. One of their biggest stars, anyway.
What say you, Scooter?
The it all comes down to really her participation in the event, I mean, with women's wrestling in Japan finally starting to really take off, you it makes sense that you'd want to attract attention from the other side of the world. So, by bringing in Sasha, whether it's simply to say she was there or if she's actually having a match, and quite honestly, I don't know if I have faith in Sasha Banks working strong style.
Uh,
I'm
like for her injury prone?
I'm not sure if she would be more injury prone or her opponent would be more prone to injury because of her.
Well, I mean, the strong style training method is a lot more durable than maybe how they're training the girls at the performance center. So I don't see
Mm.
where if she would hit them hard that they would mind it.
I think it's more of her safety's sake than.
Yeah, because I can guarantee you Sasha has never gotten a receipt in her life.
Hmm.
And in New Japan, you look at someone the wrong way, you're getting a receipt.
Well, I mean,
Wait a minute.
if you're a young
Has
lion,
she?
then yeah.
Now you got me thinking like, has she ever caught a receipt? I'm really thinking now. Now we have to do a whole episode of it. Has she ever caught receipts? Uh, but then again, I think she's more in the mold of Bret Hart that she leaves out foul shit out. But New Japan, they're more known for not leaving out shit out. So
Well, I mean, if we're talking about heat, I feel like Sasha always had heat with the company, not necessarily the girls. She was directly involved with the shit between Charlotte and Becky during that time, and she never said a bad word about either girl that I was aware of. So I mean, I don't. I kind of feel like if she's going to have issues, it's going to probably be with management rather than the wrestlers.
no, because her and Bliss had like a little thing. So
I
it's
don't.
not out of the. Yeah, they had a thing. It just never became big because they just kept it where like they won't speak about it, and when they work together, they just kept it professional.
Hmm, interesting. Well, I mean, now we go to if she actually signs with New Japan slash Stardom. Will Stardom be active competition for WWE's women's division? Because we've said when it comes to the women, WWE has the market on that. No debating that. AEW proved that they dropped the ball majorly on their women, and Impact is a nice place to compete, I guess, and make a comfortable living. But could this be a time where a lot of the girls could say, "Oh, well, Sasha's in Japan. I could go there too."
Fuck no. Fuck no. Going a woman, Sasha Banks. Let's say this. Let's just hypothetically, if Sasha Banks chooses to go to Japan and stay in Japan, that is like a 5-star high school recruit Instead of going to UGA or Alabama or Ohio State, she chooses to go to New Mexico State University. Would anybody really care?
I mean, would New Japan really invest in, Stardom and making a relationship and an IWGP Women's Championship if they didn't want to really capitalize on the market when it comes to the females?
But I feel like that conversation would be more on Sasha's case. That conversation would be with WWE and New Japan because last I checked, she's still under contract unless something drastically changed to my knowledge.
What are your thoughts on a possible Stardom WWE collaboration when it comes to Sasha Banks? Because you mentioned that off air, Sweetie.
Mm, I don't. Uh, 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 oh, oh, Lord. Um, I, 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 I'm honestly, I'm not sure. I'm also a bit preoccupied, with, with, spoiler alert, Kurt Angle and Gable Steveson riding in on a milk truck, which means you
Really?
know what's happening.
Oh, goody.
Attacking who?
Alpha Academy.
Oh god.
I mean, we also saw a reunion of father and son with Jason Jordan. So
Oh, well, speaking of Kurt Angle, he revealed earlier this week that uh, Brock Lesnar contacted him in 2007 to be a part of TNA. TNA declined Brock Lesnar because they simply did not have the money. Could this be the biggest fuck up in pro wrestling history?
no,
No,
not by a long shot.
not even because keep in mind 2007 Brock was dangling with the UFC at that point. So
Not to mention Kurt was Perk.
Perk Kurt, Perk Angle.
But I mean, if you had Brock Lesnar in TNA, that would be a big get, right? People would come to the brand. People would be attracted to that, wouldn't they?
No,
But
they would. No, they wouldn't, because Brock is not that type of guy. One,
uh,
two.
the you think Brock wants to work the same? Brock would want to work the same location every week?
I don't think he would actually mind it as long as he got paid.
Do you think Brock could actually handle a six-sided ring?
I mean,
I
he handled the eight-sided octagon.
I
Yeah,
think
but you're not bouncing off the octagon, at least on purpose.
I I feel like Brock don't care unless he as long as he's getting paid, he don't really care.
Nah, because he's selective in WWE about who he works with. So, and think about it, if you signed Brock Lesnar, you would only just have Brock Lesnar. You wouldn't even have a whole roster. You could only have him beating up Generation Me so many times.
I mean, I paid to see Brock Lesnar beat up Generation Me in 2022.
He would pay you just not to do it.
You're not wrong about that. Um, Speaking of paying not to do things, William Regal, officially released by AEW. It was also revealed this week that not a lot of people listen to William Regal. in AEW.
Mm, well,
No shit.
well, well,
No shit.
well. One person did, and that was Tony Khan.
I mean, did he though?
Uh, yeah, you don't know, you haven't read the story of what Regal, about how Regal and Tony came to his
Yeah, no, I did.
release. Regal talks about his mother having had a stroke a few weeks back.
That was Tony
Uh,
Khan's.
um, no, I could what the um. Da, da, wait. Hold on. Where?
Essentially, Tony Khan's mother had a stroke. He took time out from aiding her to take a call from William Regal to say, he said that he wanted to go back to WWE. His son is contracted with the company, and he'd like to go back to work with him and coach the other guys and girls there. Um, Essentially saying, in the state you are right now, would you would you want to be with your mother? And he understood that, and he said, "Okay, I'll let you go." And under the conditions that you can't be on their TV, which I don't think he wants to be. Anyway, um, my question is, if AEW treated William Regal maybe a little bit better, do you see that he would have maybe waited his contract out, do what he needed to do, and then when it came time to renew, just not renew?
Nope.
Nope. I don't think. I don't think AEW really knew what to do with Regal. I also don't think Regal knew really what he should do in AEW.
That is true. So true.
I mean, putting him as the mouthpiece for two guys who don't need it. Okay, I can understand Wheeler. Uh, uh God, now it was Claudio. God, who was the fifth member of Blackbird? I can't even
Claudio,
remember now. No, I said Claudio.
it's
Claudio, Wheeler, Mox,
and
Brian.
yeah, that's it.
I thought there was five.
I mean, he would be five, but
True.
Who who was with them in Blood and Guts? Eddie Kingston.
Yeah.
oh, that's like Eddie Kingston's like on again, off again with factions. He's like a part timer faction.
Who has to mention every uh, Japanese legend that's passed away in every promo. Um, and then, I mean, but then then the heel turn, only to
Get
only.
turned on.
I mean, I mean, I think WWE held the record for shortest heel turn back to face until this with Edge in the Judgment Day. From
Might
heel to
not
face, from face to heel to face within 72 hours.
72 hours. Not even that, like a week, right? Because they did the whole walk away, come
Oh
back,
yeah,
then about a week.
yeah.
So gave him a week.
I mean, I, I think the stuff he did with MJF will will always be remembered. Uh, but again, I think that it's just proof that a lot of AEW signings were not just made in haste by Tony, but agreed to by the talent who just wanted a job in a promotion.
And you're not wrong about that. But I mean, when you see that William Regal is, you know, available to be contracted to your company, you won't jump up on that opportunity. Not, for the on-air talent per se, but just for the knowledge to teach these guys things, for his contacts to know who to bring in, when to bring in. And I mean, all of that information I feel just went to waste because Brian Pillman Jr. Confirmed that not everybody wanted to listen to him or wanted to take his advice.
But that was my point. They brought him in to change a culture that is unchangeable, or not even.
Like,
The culture there is set. It's been there for what, for 3 years.
he
So
yeah,
he wasn't gonna change shit.
like, and at that point, Regal is not in any not in any creative position in AEW. He's not in any executive position, so nobody has to listen to him.
That true as well. If they had gave him like if he was like in charge of all the producing, then they would have had no choice but to listen to him because the title and the authority dictate so. But you brought him in as a regular dude who would hand out information, and we've already known that backstage was the Wild Wild West anyway, and especially for 3 years for certain people who may need that advice and might need that tweaking, but they might already be over, and they're gonna look at him like, "What the fuck do I need you for? I already know how to do it because I just did it." You see what I'm saying? So it's that whole thing is a Wild Wild. Now I wouldn't say it's a Wild Wild West, but it's just more or less like the Jericho runs it, but or he's the head, but he don't run it. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, he obviously has his guys that he favors, and the Young Bucks have their guys that they favor. I have no idea who Kenny Omega favors at this point.
Hey, whatever happened to Rio? We need to put her on a milk card. Remember her first AEW Women's Champion? If you are available.
I mean, I forgot that Mercedes Martinez actually works for the company. So, I mean, it's not like she's the only one missing.
Um, yeah, that's a lot of people missing, but a lot of people signed, and
And
I'm
still
just
getting
trying to figure
money.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, get paid. I am not knocking that. Shit, get your money.
But what I was going to add was, obviously, again, the Young Bucks have their guys, Jericho has his guys. Um, Billy Gunn is literally mentoring these two kids called the Acclaim, and I dare say that they're the hottest thing below MJF at this point. So, are they like proof that if you listen to the veterans and implement it correctly, that you actually do get over with what they tell you?
No, I think it's more like college in which certain wrestlers are with certain veterans and they're going with that school of thought for that particular wrestler, right? It's almost like they're trying to bestow the gimmick or whatever it has made it work onto the younger generation. Prime example, Darby Allin went to the University of Sting. Have you seen him anytime lately?
I mean, I think
and
Samoa Joe killed him last week.
And then of course the acclaim is at the school of daddy ass, and then and think about it, William Regal, the people he was with really didn't need it. I mean, Brian just wanted to do it because he's like, shit, that's my guy.
I mean, Wheeler
My,
definitely needed it,
that's the only person that really needed it,
but
which is a problem. But then again, like I said, everybody's just, it's kind of like they're pairing off with mentors, and whichever mentor clicks, that's what they're going to go with, type deal. It's almost like a mentor mentee type deal, right?
well, where's Miro on the spectrum? Because it's been saying in on the news that he's ready to go, he can wrestle, healthy, but just they don't have anything creative for him.
Yep, they got nothing for him.
Well, then to his credit, they really don't have a lot for anybody. I mean, and I get why they do it because it's like a rotation to keep people. I get the idea. If you have storylines that happen and people just keep rotating in and out, it keeps the storylines fresh and people have to keep up with those storylines. But it also has this effect where it's putting people who are on the forefront back in the back burner, and then they're just forgotten. And that's where the problem is. It's almost like, the Jack in the Box and no one really wants the tacos type deal, but everybody wants like the Jumbo Jack. And and I know I'm hungry as fuck. But it just seems to me in that sense. Miro, remember when we thought Miro was going to be better than what he was when he was at WWE? You could make the argument his WWE run was better than anything in AEW right now. And that says a lot, considering that he was over at least twice in WWE.
It's insane to me because I've never been a fan of Alexander Rusev or Miro, and I always felt like he was destined to tank. And then he does the Redeemer gimmick where for his god and his hot wife, and I actually didn't think that that was too bad. And he finally got something that he could stick to, and then they don't use him. It's just
Uh,
insane
uh,
to me.
oh no, the Alexander Rusev, like his first year was legit. That was dope. I ain't even lie, because it was basically Drago Rocky Four. He had a Russian chick that was interpreting for him, and he was just like, "I must break you," and he started breaking niggas. He just ran into the curse of John Cena, and that's where it went downhill. Uh, but that could have been good. It would have been really good. But they just, Vince wants characters, and that's how it went. But here in AEW, I mean, what, he was TNT champ. It was an okay run. But I thought he would have been able to show more of that the athleticism that he had, because that dude, like, for him to be that short and stocky, he can go. He can really move. So I thought it would have been a good way to show him as the short, stocky, strong motherfucker that will break you off in half anytime he wants to. And it never really caught like that.
No, it seems to me like the problem is when he gets a title, he runs with it and he gets over with it. But when it's time to drop it and just do regular storylines, he can't do it. Do you feel that's the case, Studo?
Yeah, yeah.
So he's a better title chaser?
No, he's a better title holder. But I mean, he can't exactly be Roman. I don't think he has that self life.
Well, then why wouldn't you use him as the transitional champion of champions then? Have him go title to title, hold it for a couple months, and make the person who beats him over.
Because He'd have to be over first before making him the champion of champions.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, put it on AEW then. Put that on AEW.
Oh, I have it on right now since somebody else is expected to show up.
AJ Lee.
No, Trent Seven.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
right. Trent Seven. It's the Mustache Mountain.
is
I
it gonna
kind
be
of hate.
Trump 8?
In his first matches for the All Atlantic Championship.
Championship, which I don't get it. I mean, well, I don't get when anybody comes back in their first matches for a title. It just throws me off. Like, you know what I mean? It ain't like orange juice is out here cleaning a division.
Yeah,
But
Oh,
that's AEW for you. Anyway. Alright,
um, oh, taking notes. Um, okay, yep. I'm sure you're gonna get to this stuff, but
drop it now.
someone we never thought would be back in any wrestling ring, let alone a WWE wrestling ring. Kylie Ray given a WWE tryout along with independent talent Casey Spinelli.
Um, Kylie Ray's the smiley one, right?
Kylie Ray is the one who was
that
dealing
retired
with
in the mental health
health issues.
issues.
One of the first women signed by AEW. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, well, congrats. I mean, that's great for her. And Casey Spinelli, wow, that would be awesome. Definitely for her.
And the rumor is she is looking very good um in the ring.
You know, I could see where WWE would look at her and it's a license to print money. Because she's like a Bailey that actually wants to be a Bailey. You know what I mean by that?
What? Bailey always wanted to be Bailey.
No, I mean the hugger Bailey.
Yeah, that's my point.
She
The hugger. She played it nice.
she played it
WWE
nice,
just
but
fucked.
she don't want it. She didn't want it anymore.
Yeah, she did. I mean, she wanted it, but here's the thing: if had they had a, they would have had $1 million money with that, especially when it was during the time of women's empowerment, and she was. I think Bailey Hugger was more of a kitty character, but it would have put a whole different generation into wrestling because she was supposed to be like the female John Cena. If they booked her like the female John Cena, it would have been different, but they didn't do that. But I like Bailey now. Bailey now.
I like Bailey in 2020. I Bailey 2022 is kind of cold for me.
Well, she can play with my ding dong hello any day.
Shout out.
Now, unfortunate part of the news this week, Barry Windham suffered
Ooh.
a heart attack. Luckily, as of this recording, he kicked out at 2. He's okay. He's responsive. He's able to walk. Um, and yeah, all I can really say to that is, thoughts and prayers and hope Barry gets better. No, guys?
Uh oh, absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Uh yeah. Uh, absolutely. Yep. Uh, and uh, talking about another return. December 30th. It And John Cena slated to be on the last SmackDown of the year.
And who do
Ugh.
you got, Logan Paul or Austin Theory?
I think it'll be it could be a start for Logan. Austin,
I
to me, he's busy trying to change people's minds, like I told you he would.
I
I
mean,
mean,
John Cena's kind of known for that title, even more so than the WWE title. So it would make sense to have the United States Championship match. I don't know, WrestleMania.
no,
No, because
no.
it would be a dead giveaway of who would win, and that's why I think the Logan Paul match would be bigger because of the fact that it's a
I
YouTuber versus your best guy in
yeah,
the last 10 years.
and what I'm thinking is Cena's gonna announce being in the Rumble. Logan's gonna be in the Rumble.
They get some tussling.
I mean, can Logan even get to the Rumble? He tore I believe his meniscus and a couple other
He
things
don't,
in his knee.
he don't have to do much.
I mean, he technically just. I mean, you know what? Technically, you know what? He doesn't even have to be in the Rumble.
He
He
could just
could
toss Cena the Rumble.
Yeah.
I'm not against it.
Great minds think alike. That's Jinx. He
Uh,
owes me a soda.
and I mean, and speaking of great minds, as of right now, the proposed WrestleMania main event is Roman and Cody on night one and Roman Rock on night two.
Yeah, and I feel like we've been talking about
Ooh.
that for like what the last 6 months.
Wait a minute. Roman's working double duty?
Yeah, the news is two title defenses.
Jesus Christ. So that means.
Uh, it also looks like
I
they're
think they
going
would flip. I wish they would flip that around.
uh, it also looks like they're going to separate the titles finally.
That's what I
That's
heard.
I I think they should have been did that a long time. I think it should have never happened. But we're here. Let's deal with it.
All right, let's get into a little debate. PWI's top 100 tag teams of the year.
Oh Lord.
Number one, the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions, the Usos.
Rightfully so.
Even over number two,
I
FTR.
It's.
mm,
I'll put it this way. FTR has worked more. Usos had the better story.
um, see. Uh, I believe it or not, this is the first time I would probably consider AEW above WWE here. Because honestly, I'm would probably put the acclaimed at number one.
Next year.
Some of those God. One thing you could say about AEW is they do
Do great tag team work.
Yeah.
really great tag team matches.
That is true.
Well, the
I
acclaimed
think
is
the
at number 20.
yeah, the acclaim's 20. So if they're 20 next year, they're top five. Because fucking when you look at the list, or at least the top 25, right? Um,
The Briscoes are number three.
RK
Um,
Bros,
The Brit
not a thing.
the
RK
the,
Bros,
the
not a thing.
the Briscoes are number three. How much did they wrestle this year?
I have no idea, but the quality of their matches that they did were excellent.
I think it's because of the fact that they've done more with less as far as TV time and
I
not being able
mean,
to do shit. That's because number one is to me
yeah,
they were a product of having the the undisputed tags, but I can also say they had a better feud with the Profits than anything FTR had.
Well, we got number 4 is Penta L Zero and Ray Phoenix.
The
Rightfully
Lucha
so.
Bros. Right. That's about
Yeah,
right.
rightfully so. And
Yep.
I'm expecting. Well, no. God, I haven't seen the list, so
I got the list right here. You want me to read it?
number five. I'm assuming.
Fuka Doka Double Crazy, Hazuki and Kazoma.
God
Yep.
bless you.
Thank you.
Gazuta. Number 6 is RK Bro.
Oh, the Street Profits? Really?
Number 7, the Good Brothers.
The Good Brothers.
Oh, I buy that.
Wow.
The Young Bucks were
Number
number 8.
the 8. The Bucks were 8.
You
I'm
got 9.
surprised. I'm surprised at that.
Surprising 9 because they are the highest women's tag team on this list, and that's the Hex.
Wasn't Hazuki and Kagoma female?
Are they? I don't really know. Don't watch Stardom. Stardom's all women, so there you go.
Yeah.
But they're the highest American. There you go. The highest American female group.
Titty check.
No, turnover and cough.
Ooh.
Number 10 is
Oh.
Violence Forever.
This is Violence Forever.
Kevin Kuhn
Oh.
and Dominic Guerrari.
I'm sorry. I have to point this out. And they're probably going to be talking about it. The bunny just had a well, not a nip slip, but a pasty slip.
Oh,
Good for her.
number 19 is a trip, but I wouldn't even have them there, and I love them both to death, but they shouldn't be here.
Sasha and Naomi is at 19. Number 11 is Aussie Open. Number 12, Jeff the Great Old Cobb. Number
Great old
13,
cop, yes, that sounds about right.
The Street Profits. 14, Toxic Attraction. I wonder what GT had to do to get that number. 15, Los Navarros Ingobernables. Angel
Boy,
Del
it's Los Nuevos Ingobernables. I'm tired of you messing up the Spanish, sir.
Angel de
I'm
Or and
I'm tired of
Nebula.
him messing up the English.
Angel de Oro en Niebla Roja.
16, Black Desire, Starlight Kid and Momo Watanabe. Number 17, NWA World Tag Team Champions. They're tag team champions. Batista 666 and Mecha Wolf 450.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Batista 666. God, that's like
It's Bestia 666.
Bestia. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Jesus Christ.
Like,
Yeah,
wait, are
you're
we?
right.
Are
He's
we?
fucking up the English.
Are we in the? Are we in the age of another like mini Mankind, mini Vader type thing?
Oh gosh.
number
Uh,
18 is Swerve in Our Glory, Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland.
Ugh.
yep.
The Kingdom, Matt Taven, Mike Bennett at 21.
hmm
TJ,
I'm surprised they're not higher.
I'm
Who?
surprised they're
Swerve?
as high as they are, honestly.
Who?
The Kingdom.
Taven and Bennett.
Yeah, I mean, but when you think about the tag team scene
I
as a
mean,
whole,
I also might be partial because Prince Nana and I go way back,
Oh, you do?
and he retweeted one of my tweets after Full Gear.
all right, look at you.
Well, who do we got next? TJP and Francisco Akira at 22. 23, Magical Silver Rapids, Mizuki and Yuka Sadanzaki.
Okay.
Sakazaki.
At
And
this
then
point, I'm convinced the method for naming Japanese tag teams is putting a bunch of adjectives on index cards on cork boards and throwing darts at them.
I mean,
24, Sunshine Magic, Sunshine Machine, Chuck
I was
Mambo, and
bored.
TK Cooper.
He said sunshine matching.
Sunshine Machine.
Oh, Jesus Christ. And number 25 is damage control.
Io Sky, and on that form she had Dakota fucking Kai.
EO
Uh,
Sky. Jesus Christ.
he knows. He knows.
Rosetta Stone, motherfucker.
Hormono
That,
Lee.
that is that the name of somebody's finisher yet?
Rosetta Stone, motherfucker.
Or I'd start a stable called the Rosetta Stonecutters.
That would be. Ooh, that would be
But
nice.
like, I mean, Alpha Academy isn't it?
Yeah, that would make sense.
I think RK Bro
I think you could switch out
should.
K-Bro for Alpha Academy. Quite honestly,
You could take out. Honestly, I would take RK Bro because it was a short sample. Um, I would take out RK Bro. I would take out Banks and Naomi. Acclaim by that, Acclaim would be higher. I think the profits should be a little higher.
yeah, that's yeah.
I feel like the
Um,
profits would be top 10, but I
yeah,
mean,
I would have think they were top 10. So then I would put the profits at 10, bump everybody up.
how much did I mean the quality of their work was fantastic, but I mean how much did they actually wrestle? Because I believe one got injured and then the other got injured and then it was just you know
True, but you can make but there was only one tag team that had their number, and it was the number one tag team. So I
I
mean,
Uh, honestly, I'm surprised that uh, that FTR isn't on this list 3 times
2, 3, 4. Oh, for
for
each
yeah.
promotion. You know who I don't? Oh, what is it? What is Tai Chi's group? Tai Chi had a tag. Was with a tag team. I'm surprised they
Dangerous
weren't on it.
Techos.
Yeah.
I could
Um.
see Dangerous Techos on this.
Fucking Star Trek fans.
Uh.
We got Hermanos Lee, Dragon Lee, and Duelistico. The Courage, Dragon Dia, and Yuki Yoshikawa. Yeah, let's go with that. 28 was Imperium. Ludwig Kaiser Permanente with Giovanni Vindi Ricci. Um, 29 is 6 or 9, Watto and Taguchi. 30 is Nova Generation Dinamita. Sanson
Cassius what?
El Cartreno Forecasto.
Cut cut it. Enya. All right, I
Yeah.
need. All right, I need this list now. Um,
Yeah.
31.
Take the list. Take the
Oh
list.
no,
Jesus Christ.
wait until we get to 31. Colin Murray, Drunken Kings, Chris Brooks, and Masashiro Takahashi.
You know what we need to do? Let's just find every Japanese tag team and figure out where the fuck did they.
seriously, so they're using the Japanese tag team name generator.
Magical Sugar Rabbits does sound like catchy as fuck though.
For 30,
Not even,
32 is Alpha Academy.
And third and next is the catastrophic blood puppets.
No, it's the New Day at 33. 34 is Lost in Fornals, Henico and
Lost in a what?
Mystical Euphoria. 35, Arrows of Hungary, Dover and Icarus. Yep. Um,
Oh God, these
36,
names.
Meltier in
Meltier,
Lassitoy.
yes.
Meltier.
Not not
Las.
me- yeah.
Tam
It's
Nakano.
Meltier. Tam Nakano and Natsupoi.
Hey,
Natsubo.
the Bollywood boys made the list.
Las Chicas
That's
Indomables.
Wait,
Indomables.
what the fuck are you talking?
Las
Las
Chicas
chicas indomables.
Indomables.
Los
Jesus.
Jarokita and Uvia.
Los
Los malditos.
El Sagrado and Guillermo Diablo 1 entry.
What? It's
Um,
El Sagrado, Gemelo
okay.
Diablo, and Gemelo.
All
Boy,
right. We're raising money for
on
dyslexia now.
on the next Wrestling with E, James versus Words. We're gonna.
Can James finally break Word's undefeated streak?
Oh, you should have been here for the top 500 list, Kaliko.
Oh
Jesus, I can
God.
only imagine. Oh no, I would. I'm losing. I'm kind of losing my shit now. I can only imagine.
Well,
Private
James,
Party
I
82.
James, I think you need to go out and get some of number 39.
39. 609. 609.
Some bussy. Hey, hey. Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah, Alley Cats and Effie. Strong.
Pretty deadly. Underrated. They're pretty good. Must say.
Oh, I mean, and the fact that New Day and Pretty Deadly at uh, oh man, I only imagine those spots.
I know, right?
We got Strong Hearts at 40. T-Hawk and Serially Iris. 41. Donna Del Modo.
Del
Hameka.
Mondo, Mondo. No,
Del
no.
Mondo.
Don't tell me you didn't see that N.
Don't tell me you didn't see the. He said the O because he said Del Mon like
Uh,
man, Mando, Donna Del Mando.
I'm surprised you didn't say Baron Mordo.
Oh gosh, you know what? 42 Zebrats, 43 Pretty
Oh
Deadly.
42, which is the answer to life in itself, I believe is the first team on this list to feature feature for a guest.
Diamante?
We haven't had Diamante on the show.
Wait, we didn't?
No.
Oh no, I'm thinking of Devontes.
Uh,
Uh,
Maybe DDN?
no, I'm thinking of Devontes.
No, Demonte.
No, yes, I know it's Diamante, but I was thinking of Devontes.
Davantes.
44 is the Velocities. Jude London and Paris D. Silva.
Oh, Paul's son is smiling his way to the top. Not true. Um,
The
oh,
1021.
oh, the 0121, not the 1021.
Men like the Resties and Dan Maloney.
Man like to Rice
What?
and Dan Maloney. The 0121, I believe, is supposed to be the Binary Boys.
You know what? Thinking from the last couple years, FTR's right about where they are. They were number one in 2020.
Were they?
Oh, oh. No, the 0121 is it's a area code of Birmingham in the UK.
We got the Twin Towers at at 46.
What?
Yeah, Undertaker and
Oh, they're both dead.
I thought it was the
Who's that?
Undertaker Sid Vicious one.
No,
The what?
no, no, that
Twin Towers was
it was Boss Man and
sit
Team.
but
Huh? What was that?
No, you're thinking of Mean Mark and Dan Spivey.
Dan Spivey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not Undertaker and Sid.
Yeah. Well, we got the Brawling Brutes at 47. House of
House of Pancakes.
yes. 49 is Rot and Flot. Mike
Rotten plot.
I'm sorry. It looks like you've caught the rotten plot.
And now, number 50 got me. Los Perros del Mal de Japón. So the bad dogs of Japan.
Or your mother's bad dogs.
Mother's bad dogs.
51 is the Motor City Machine Guns. 52 Kung Fu Masters, Jason Lee and Jackie Funky and Kamai.
Kame.
Kame. Like Kame.
Oh.
Man, you know what, James? Just you and these words.
All right. This will now be written. Will now be read by me for the sake of sanity, who's not on this list.
Sake of sanity. Sake of sanity. Yes.
53 2.0. 54 Los Masquizos.
Los Mazizos.
Mazizos. Oh gosh.
Cicope and Miedo Extremo.
I'm just trying to figure out how you in Cali and don't know all these Mexican words.
We got 5150. Rivera and
Yeah.
Smokey.
You know, we're gonna need a 5150 for you, James.
I'm gonna need 100 proof. I'm gonna need 100 proof for him.
Well, you know what a 5150 is. I'm assuming you do, Kaliko.
Yes.
It's an order of a mandatory committal to psychiatric.
I mean,
pretty much.
5150. That's not 5150.
Dude, oh
56,
my god.
Stinger. 57, The Workhorseman. 58, Brady LTD. 59,
Fresa de Egotistas.
Asuka and Makoto. And
Now
not that Asuka, it's the transgender Asuka.
Yes, that's correct. Number 6.
Well, that's Asuka. Asuka is AUS. There you go.
Number 60, The Ass Boys. 61, Violent by Design. 62, Kings of the North. 63, Gorillas of Destiny. 64.
Talk about a fall off.
Yeah. I mean, they haven't been really wrestling this year a lot.
True.
64, the Viking Raiders.
Well, they were injured.
Yeah, just other things. 65, All Guys, Waves and Curls.
Waves and Curls! Yeah! Yeah!
Shout out to Waves and Curls.
Yeah. Shout out to Waves and Curls, baby.
Listen to their interview with us on in the archives as we speak. Where am I? Strong DJ.
I'm really starting to think James is dyslexic, and it scares me.
67.
No. We're going back to 66. Strong DJ. Daisuke Sakamoto and Yuji Okabayashi.
67 is Fly Death, Zach Zilla and Warren J.
Now you're just making these up.
No, that's a name.
I know.
Zach Zilla.
8 Natural Classics, Stevie and Tome Philippe. Yeah.
Wow, you got that right.
I know. I'm like, holy shit, about to catch a heart attack.
He was trying to say it wrong, and he said it right.
I know, right?
69 spot, TDT. Yep. Number 70, The Dark Order.
Yeah.
71, Pretty Empowered, Ella Envy and Mackenzie Page.
Who beat the Hex, which is apropos.
72, Galaxy Punch. Hikari
Shimizu and Saki, which I'm gonna need.
73, The Renegade Twins. Shout out to Robin. Listen
Galaxy
to her
cunts.
Commonwealth Connection, Doug Williams and Harry Smith. Um, number 74, no, 75, Francesco's.
Oh my God! Okay,
French
all right,
the French
okay,
adores.
all right.
The French adores.
It was it was a gimmick. It was fun. It was funny. Sometimes it still is funny. I mean, come on,
You
Strong
got
BJ's.
Agile
Fre-
Black and
French
he needs
adore.
Lorenzo
he need
Otto.
he needs some strong BJ's.
76, Odd
From
Savages.
39.
From Bussy.
77, Creed Brothers.
Oh God. Oh.
78, Best Friends.
That's
79,
a fall off.
it's kind of right
Well,
there.
yeah, I mean they
Top
didn't
50 tops.
they didn't do much though.
No,
Yeah.
not compared to like 2020. Right, State of Emergency. 80, Big Ducky.
I
Yes, the cat.
81, MSP. 82, Private Party.
They're alive?
Yep. 80,
83. What this list is?
Disaster Box. 84, Midnight Heat. Um, 85, The Main Event. 86, The Fixers. 87, Best Bros. Um,
Uh
88, Astra
uh.
Festa Festival.
Oh my God.
What?
Los Atrapuaseños.
Yes, Pasueños. Okay, we're done. We're done. We're done.
We're almost done with the list. Yeah, yeah.
We're,
We're at
yeah,
89.
no. We don't even
89,
need.
The Butcher the Blade. 90, Kings of the District. 91, Milk Chocolate. 92,
The
the
Sack.
SAT. 93, the main event again?
Yes.
Yeah, like how? There's
Number
two
one
main
event.
events.
There's
And
more
they're
than one
spelled the
main
exact
event.
same way?
Oh Jesus Christ!
Number 94, the Outfielders.
So do they
95.
wear baseball gear?
Well, it's McCoy and the Hatfield.
Yeah, so
95.
they should be the Scarecrows because they're outstanding in their field.
They should just name themselves the Hatfields and McCoys.
That would make more
Family
sense, no?
Family Feud.
Yes.
95, the Bollywood Boys. 96, Los
Los
Lotharios.
Los
Um,
Lotharios.
97, the Blondes. Yeah, Brian Pillman and Griff Garrison. 98, Money, Power, Respect.
Shout out to the Locks.
99, Philly Marino, Experience. And then number 100, Boogie Reality.
Bougie reality.
Bougie reality.
Boogie.
I'm more interested in the mustache off between Orange Cassidy and Trent Seven, and Orange Cassidy is winded after twirling his mustache.
To the audience, we apologize that we went through this whole list and just butchered every freaking name that had a Spanish and or Japanese accent. We will try to get him some kind of subscription to Rosetta Stone or Duolingo at your earliest convenience. Or you could just cash app us. So that way we could just like force him to do it. But yeah.
I don't have a problem.
But out of this list that you went through, Jesus, uh, biggest disappointment, or no, that's not no disappointment. The person that you think will be in the top, make the biggest jump next year will be.
Well, I mean, FTR has to be in there again because they're cutting FTR.
Well, they're FTR. They're two. I'm talking about like the guys from 25 down who could make that jump. Like you can make the argument Alpha Academy should be making that jump. next year. New Day, and they're kind of set.
I can make the argument pretty empowered should have been higher than the Hex. I mean, they were in the 60s while the Hex was in the top 10.
Well, the Hex, but I followed the Hex. They were running, homie. I mean, their schedule was kind of like a light version of FTR.
But I mean, if you have a FTR schedule in the woods, does anybody see it?
Well, then why they number two then?
They were number 9.
No.
No, I mean, the Hex was.
Oh, the Hex. What I'm saying, then why is FTR number two if that's the case?
Because people saw it. It was on TV.
Theirs was on TV too. Just was on YouTube.
I think you're the only person watching NWA as we speak.
Probably. Hell, once it went back to YouTube, I'm like, shit, I'll watch it.
Not even Billy Corgan's watching it.
I mean,
Oh
when
shit.
MJF said go back to YouTube to wrestle for Billy Corgan, I felt like that was the last nail in NWA's coffin.
I mean, despite all his rage, he is still just a rage in the cage.
Yeah, true.
Yep. As long
And,
as he wasn't trying to do tonight, then yeah.
and the NWA hasn't been popular since 1979.
Honestly, you
Smashing Pumpkin song jokes.
Dun, 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 dun,
you might be
dun.
right about that. It seemed like they were getting some steam before the pandemic, and the pandemic just arrived. We could be here all day correcting what
I
happened
mean,
in the
they were
past.
they were getting steam because they left the heat on and it was humid.
Mm.
No, they were getting steam because of YouTube and the pandemic
Well,
happened.
then you
Yeah.
know what? They should start broadcasting on Steam.
That might actually be a good idea.
Hey, he's got the money.
Now,
I mean, oh, oh my God! I just had a great idea. A promotion that only presents their events in VR.
hmm,
Mm.
interesting.
You launch it as like a selling point for the Meta Quest 2.0-X.
So you're telling me I need to go ahead and own WWE in the metaverse?
That will conclude the news. And now a quick word from our sponsors.
Do you like lists? Well, come to Lists R Us. We got lists.
And we are wrestling with NXT Deadline and Ring of Honor Final Battle
I mean,
previews.
Ring of Honor Final Battle is probably half over by this point.
No, it's
4
tomorrow.
p.m. 4 p.m. start time Eastern,
Yeah, well, we'll still
which means
talk about it.
which means which means you haven't gotten up yet.
Hello.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Um. Well, it's maybe an hour before this. Maybe it isn't. Who cares? I just hate the fact that it's called Final Battle, but then they still have the battles after it.
Well, apparently Tony's going to make some sort of announcement um, after Final Battle during the Final Battle Scrum.
Um, he can stop at the announcements, but he's
Well, let's get into
Uh,
it. Let's get into it.
yeah. Hold on. I just want to make this clear. Yes, Tony Khan will be addressing the future of Ring of Honor, and it will be there will be a limitation on how much Ring of Honor content will happen on AEW television. Um,
Well, let's get into it. Um, match one. We got FTR versus the Briscoes in a double dog collar match for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships. I can imagine that this isn't going to be a match of the year candidate considering the last two matches, no?
Nah. Nah, I think this is just fight. But then again, they always been talking shit, and then when they finally got to it, you know.
I mean,
But
I think this is the Briscoes getting the titles back, so that FTR can be more AEW centric.
true, considering that FTR is gonna run into this thing called the Acclaimed. So
I
it
mean,
has
they
not.
They did already.
they wrestled last week,
That's my point.
this past
So
Wednesday. In a hell of a match too.
so
Definitely.
it's they got some business to settle.
Um, the next match, oh, Briscoes or FTR? Scooter?
Uh, Briscoes.
Kaliko?
Briscoes, they're Mount Rushmore fucking ROH.
I don't see them giving the Briscoes title, so FTR. We got Dalton Castle and the Boys versus the Embassy. Brian Cage and the Gates of Agony, Bishop Khan and Toa
Leona.
Leona. Ray
There you
Leona's gonna be in this?
I mean, if they figured out how to raise the dead,
go.
Who wins, Kaliko?
The boys.
Scooter?
the boys.
We got Swerve in Our Glory, Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee versus Shane Taylor and DJ Griffey.
JD Griffin.
Ken Griffey Jr.
Hmm. I mean, Pac-Man Jones wrestled. Little
Uh,
Scrappy wrestled a match, so anything can happen.
Who wins, Scooter?
how many people are going to confuse Swerve and Taylor?
Two each. Tag
Yeah.
team.
Shane Taylor, Shane Strickland.
Yep.
Uh, probably the team that's not Swerve in Our Glory.
Sounds about right.
Kaliko?
Shane Taylor.
Samoa Joe versus Deuce Robinson for the Ring of Honor World Television Championship. Who wins, Scooter?
I I don't see them taking on the ROH TV title off Joe. The title means something around Joe's waist. It's not really going to mean anything on Juice's waist. If I'm being honest, Joe wins.
Kaliko.
If NXT Joe shows up, then it's a massacre. Joe.
The next matchup, Mercedes Martinez versus Athena, and for the Women's World Championship. Who wins, Scooter?
Well, I don't want her to kill me, so Mercedes to retain.
And that was the correct answer. Kaliko.
Wait a minute. Did I miss something right there? um, this is a toughie. I'm gonna go Athena because of the attitude adjustment she had. It has to go somewhere.
Have you seen AEW?
I mean, I seen her walk out with street clothes and just cold clock this one bitch. But yeah,
Daniel Garcia versus Wheeler Yuta for the Ring of Honor Pure Championship. Who wins, Scooter?
Uh, uh Garcia to retain.
Kaliko?
Yuta. I think this is they took his mentor away. They got to do something with him.
And then we got Chris Jericho versus Claudio Itacanoli for the World Championship. Who wins, Scooter?
I assume with ROH going into a somewhat proverbial limbo, um, I'm gonna say Claudio.
Kaliko?
Claudio has no business being anywhere near that appreciation society, so Claudio's last stand delivers the title.
I say Jericho retains, honestly. Alright. Maybe we'll review this show next week. Maybe we won't, depending on how good it is. On to NXT deadline. I don't think I've ever been interested in a
A
PLE pay
takeover.
per view simply just because it had a match stipulation that I haven't seen before, and that's literally would be the only reason I would watch this show. You're more into the tag team match, but I'm more into.
I'm honestly probably a bit more interested in the Iron Survivor Challenge because I called it.
Oh, we're doing the remix.
No, I predicted this was the type of match that would happen.
Well, let's get into it. We got Alba Fiery versus Isola
Oh,
Dawn.
all right,
Alba.
all right.
Oh gosh, help me.
Mitch, please.
Fuck you.
Damn, that's cold. If you know, you know. Let's
Kaliko, who
see.
wins?
I'm gonna go Alba.
Well, considering I don't know who Alba is, I'll go with Isola.
Well, Alba Fry was once what the hell?
She was Kaylee Ray. He knows.
Kaylee Ray. Yeah,
Oh shit, really?
yeah. They just changed the name.
Are you?
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I legitimately did not know that that was Kaylee Ray. Okay, now I feel bad. I have to go with Kaylee. Alright. Um, we got the next match, pretty deadly. Um, Elton John Prince and Kit Harington Wilson, versus the New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods for the NXT Tag Team Championships. Who wins, Scooter?
Who will be the true king of the North? I mean, this. I mean, it's clear. It's clearly going to be pretty deadly, but part of me really wonders: would they really go as far as putting the NXT tag titles on New Day, and then the New Day showing up to challenge the Usos? And then the Usos have all
All
three.
three
Oh
tag
god.
team titles.
The Usos are the new FTR.
I could I could see Roman just saying, we don't need that shit here. But shut it down. Just shut it down. So who you going with?
Pretty deadly to retain.
Kaliko?
Well, let's see. New Day. My mind wants to say New Day.
Oh my God, Kaliko, you're just fine.
But it's going to be pretty deadly.
Go get in bed. I'll fix it tomorrow.
I mean, I kind of felt the same way when Braun Breaker wrestled Dolph Ziggler, and we know how that turned out. So I mean, there is a possibility that the New Day does it, and I think it would be a bad thing if the New Day went down to NXT, learned a new move, and did stuff there. So you know what? I kind of feel like maybe the New Day should win this. Alright, Braun Breaker versus Apollo Crews for the NXT Championship. Who wins, Scooter?
They're not pumping the brakes on Breaker yet, so Braun to retain.
Kaliko?
Braun, he's NXT at this point.
I mean, but hey, at least Apollo could say he's Denzel.
Alright, we got our first on Survival Challenge match to determine the number one contender for the NXT Women's Championship. We got Zoe Starks, Cora Jade, Roxanne Perez, Kiana James, and Indy Hartwell. Who wins, Scooter?
Say those names. Say those names one more time, please. Thank you.
Zoe Starks, Cora Jade, Roxanne Perez, Kiana James, and Indy Hartwell.
That's Kiana James.
That's what I
It's
said. Kiana.
I'm I'm gonna go with Roxanne.
Hmm. What say you, Kaliko?
Roxanne's going to be busy with Cora. I'm going to go Zoe.
And looking at the names, the one that really interests me is Indy Hartwell. I don't feel like she's ever had a title match for the NXT Women's Championship. So, why not pull the trigger now? Alright, we got the men's on Survivor Challenge match to determine the NXT number one contender, the NXT Championship number one contender. We got Carmelo Hayes, DJ McDonald, Grayson Waller, Joe Gacy, and Axum.
Well, if the prize is some uh God damn it! Now I can't remember the name of the shit that makes hair grow. For Grayson Waller.
I said what the prize was. It's the number one contendership.
I know, but I'm saying if the prize was God,
Rogaine.
Thank you. Rogaine. Clearly, there's only one winner here, and it's Carmella.
I can't see a better. I mean, maybe Joe Gacy to get over Schism, but
But Gacy's already tried and failed, and now. Plus, Gacy still has an unfinished business with Cameron Grimes, so assume Grimes and Gacy are going to feud into Vengeance Day, which is happening for the first time in quite some time in a state that's not Florida.
since the pandemic, I believe. Yeah.
So after which I expect Cameron to finally get called up.
I mean, why wasn't he at that poker challenge with JBL and Akira Tozawa and Baron Corbin? I mean, he has
Why?
that type of thing.
Why wasn't Ron Simmons?
I mean, even
I
freaking
mean,
Becca was there.
why wasn't why wasn't Crystal Marshall and Maria Kanellis and Candice Michelle and Balls Mahoney? Well, we know why Balls Mahoney wasn't there. I mean, so they get I mean, who doesn't remember the strip poker edition of ECW,
Oh
Nobody.
yes.
which wasn't as much poker as it was high low card. And of course, I'll never forget Crystal Marshall singing "I got diamonds on my boobies, diamonds on my boobies, diamonds on my boobies," and then it ended with a blurred out nude battle between Candice and Maria. There was more Bush in there than the 2000 White House.
So Carmella,
Yes, Carmelo, not Carmella.
what say you, Kalik Bill?
Um, yeah, Mello, because McDonough was in a triple threat. Gacy failed. Waller's not there yet. Axiom's just a filler. It screams Shawn Michaels' boy, Carmelo.
I mean, I just want Axiom to go back to being a kid. Because I just want to hear it all the time. All right, tonight it's Brock Lesnar versus A Kid.
I mean, don't put it past them. They did have a 9-year-old hold the WWE Tag Team titles with Braun Strowman. So
Like, oh, it's A Kid. Which kid? I said A Kid.
that kid,
Yes, which
that
kid?
kid, hey kid, that kid.
What was his name? William?
The hell if I know.
What?
The kid that held the tag team championship.
Nicholas.
Nicholas. Thank you.
Nicholas.
I'm still waiting for a Nicholas -1 match.
Nicholas, who was the son of referee John Cone.
Who doesn't work there anymore, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Yep. Alright. That will conclude our coverage of NXT Deadline and Ring of Honor Final Battle. Maybe we'll review them next week, maybe we won't. Who knows at this point? Maybe better shit will happen after that. So until then, um, we'll conclude this episode. Of course, thank you for listening. If you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment, put on YouTube and Castbox. Join us this Tuesday as we interview Che Long. This Wednesday as we interview Shady Nitrous. Um, and of course, all of this and everything is sponsored by Rogue Energy and Flavor Coffee. Follow the show at Wrestling with E for on Twitter and Instagram for information on who we're interviewing, when we're interviewing them, links to those interviews, and a hell of a lot more. You can follow me personally at JamesJ993. Where can we find Kaliko?
You can find me setting up a GoFundMe to get some English lessons for James at I Am Kalika.
I speaks the English good.
Jesus Christ, help us.
Scooter.
Find me on Twitter at Scooter Dust. Find me, James, and Ryan Dust doing the remix on YouTube, the premier audio companion experience for all your alternate commentary needs for WWE Premium Live events. The next time I come to you, the Royal Rumble, January 28th. And revel in all my YouTube and Twitch antics as Corticus Tarkin that's me, engages in a battle against an evil pirate lord in the Legends of Arcadia episode Althea, along with Rico Constantino Jr. and the rest of the Smoking Dragons clan, twitch.tv/Smoking Dragons, and now youtube.com/Smoking Dragons.
I bet those pirates speak good English too. I think we get along well.
And no, English, pirates speak better English.
Okay.
Because they always hold their R's.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh, that's
oh God, that was just screaming out of me right there.
Well, Caligula and Scooter Best. I'm James Shea, and this has been Wrestling with Entertainment.
I landed a dad joke.